Hi guys, thanks for checking out this video. I'm going to go through some of my tips that help me go the extra mile on long runs, but I do have a confession or an apology. When I was filming these tips out on my long run a couple of days ago, the GoPro just froze near the end of the run, so there were some tips that I didn't get in the actual footage. I got the sound, but the image just froze. So what I've done is I've just overlaid some shots from the run on the day and just kept all the sound. So there's some good tips there that hopefully might help you out. That's at the end of the video. And I've also put a whole list of the tips that are in this video at the end of the video as well. Now guys, if you do enjoy this video and you do get something out of all these tips, make sure you give the video a thumbs up, a like, because it really does help the channel out. Yeah, don't forget to share this video with your running community. Leave a comment down below if you agree with some of the tips that I've got or whether you'd like to share some of your tips. Let's have a look at Sunday's run and those tips. Sunday morning, planning to do my longest run of the year. Plan is to get to about 18k. So I can take you on the run this morning. In this video I'll go through a few tips on how I increase the distance of my long runs. Lots of people out this morning. It's Anzac Day here in Australia. So a lot of people down here for the dawn service. Anzac Day is a day for especially Australians and New Zealanders who commemorate our defence forces, past, present and future, and all the conflicts that we've been through, and all those brave men and brave women who sacrificed so much so that we could enjoy our way of life today. And yeah, a real shout out to everyone in the Defence Forces, wherever you are. Be safe, and we're all thinking of you. Oh, have a look at that sunrise. Wow, that's why there's so many people out and about this morning. Dawn services on Anzac Day are very popular. A lot of people here on the foreshore watching the sunrise, remembering. Pretty special moment, guys. Now, I've already passed lots of people outside their homes, candles lit, lanterns lit, just their way of remembering all those defence personnel, all those war conflicts, and how many sacrifices were made. Wow, have a look at that sunrise. That's just another long run tip, guys, to have a break every now and then and just to recover a little bit and take in some glorious sights that you might have on your run. Sunrises at this time of the year here in Queensland, especially over Moreton Bay, they're pretty spectacular. I've actually got a video coming out pretty soon called Sunspiration, where just 3 or 4 minutes of stunning sunrises here in my local town, city, and yeah, just to show you how special it is. So look out for that video in the next couple of weeks, guys. But yeah, long run tip, just stop, take in the surrounds here on this beautiful boardwalk. Just take a couple of minutes and have a good look around, get a selfie, you know, just recover a little bit, and just helps you to get that long run done. So if you're looking to go a little bit further than you had before in your long runs, yeah, just stop. Now, I used to be of the opinion that you had to run all the time, but as I've got older, I think I've got a little bit more wiser, and you don't need to run all the time. You know, stop every now and then, take a break, and yeah, just enjoy what's around you. Let the heart rate recover before you go again. So I've had a couple of minutes now, so off we go again. Put my music back on. An appropriate song playing too. Live it up. Mental as anything. Aussie band. That's all we got to do, guys. We got to live it up. You're running by yourself on the long runs. can get boring, and little weird demons can get in your head telling you to stop. You're not going to get the distance you want. Throw some music or a podcast on, and I just find that the time really goes by, and before you know it, you're well into your long run and pretty much broken the back of it. So good way just to take your mind off what you're out here to do. Now, I never used to listen to music on my runs, but when I started using the Matheson method, I started using music, and yeah, found it really helpful. Helps you tick off the kilometres. Just a good tool to trick your mind so that you're not always thinking about how far or how long you've got to go. I don't know how many times I've run this loop around here, but I've never ever come down this little track, which is only about 50 metres off the normal loop, and it's a bird watching area, a lot of wetlands, a lot of birds. And I remember a guy here one day telling me a story about these birds that flew, I think he said all the way from South America every year, and they used to come here. I don't know if it was for their breeding, migration, or whatever it was. Yeah, he said that over the course of the years, he was an older gentleman, and over the course of the years the birds became less and less, and got to a stage where the birds didn't appear anymore. Not sure the reason why. Never been down here. I always see a lot of people going down with binoculars and cameras, and I can see a fair bit of bird life around there this morning. Tide must be in as well, because I have been around here and there's no water on some days. Pretty little area, pretty quiet this morning. Anzac Day, get going. Now, another tip too, run with people. You know, if you're used to running by yourself and you want to run longer, you know, grab a few mates, join a running group, and just woo, woo. My wife and Tracy. Yeah, grab a mate, group of mates, running group, join their long runs, and you'll be surprised at how much easier a long run can be when you're running with people. Don't be afraid to reach out. And having said that about the music, my music just went off. Give me 2 seconds and I'll fix it. Another stop. Like I said, guys, don't be afraid to stop on your long runs and have a walk. Just recover a little bit before you head off again. Toilet breaks. There's another tip, guys. Don't hold it. When you gotta go, you gotta go. Just another way to have a little recovery when nature calls. So 18k in the bag, lots of stopping today for filming. Another way that I get through these long runs, just allows me to stop for a few minutes, recover and start again. A couple other tips that I didn't get a chance to mention out there on the run. Water, hydration is so important on long runs. Really take the time to stop, rehydrate, catch your breath, have a little recovery before you head off again. Doesn't matter if it's hot temperatures or cool temperatures, you really need that hydration. It's so important on especially the long runs. Another little tip that I use too when I'm wanting to go longer than I have been on my long runs, and that is to just go and run somewhere completely different. Change of scenery just does wonders for the mind. The mind can play some real tricks on you if you're running the same course over and over and over. You get used to where you are, and you get used to knowing how much further you got. But if you go and run somewhere that you're not used to, just amazing how much of a difference it makes, because you're seeing so many different things around you. You're experiencing a different outlook on your run, and it really does make the time go past a lot quicker, and just allows you to get that extra distance as well, because you're not thinking so much about where you're running, you're more thinking about what's around you and enjoying the sights. And my very last tip, and it's probably the number one tip that I've used with all my long runs when I wanted to go longer, and that is slow down. And I've used this to great effect with the Mafferton method, running to heart rate. Just run slower and you'll just be surprised just how much further you can go. So knock the pace off, enjoy the run, and how much fresher you'll feel too at the end of a long run. So guys, I hope some of those tips on the long run help. I've used them in the past, I'm still using them now, as you saw today, stopping quite a lot. Look, if you've got some other tips that you use to help you through long runs or getting an extra distance in your long runs, make sure you put them down in the comments so that everyone here in our running community can share your tips, help us all to push out those distances a little bit longer than what we're all used to. All right, there you go, guys. Again, apologies for that stuff up, I guess you could say, with the GoPro. I have no idea what happened there. I have been using an old SD card, so maybe it's just got to the end of its lifespan and it's just given up the ghost. So I hope you do get something out of that video for tips to help you go that extra mile on your long runs. Like I said earlier on, if you've got a tip about how you increase the distance on your long runs, share it down in the comments below, because I'm sure there'd be others out there who would really appreciate hearing how other people go about going the extra mile on their long runs. Alright guys, thanks very much for watching this video. If you've got all the way through to the end, thank you very much. If you're not a subscriber to the channel, please consider subscribing, and we'd really appreciate that. And don't forget, if you got something out of this video, to hit that thumbs up button and give it a bit of a like. All right, I'm going to go now, but I'm going to throw it back to another tips video I did about frustration and running to the Mafferton method. So that's up there, guys. I'm out of here now. Stay safe, happy running, and I'll catch you in the next video. Hooroo!